Okay. Also wir schauen uns jetzt von Liquid Origin an. Also Origins ist mäßig so ein Format, was so über den Werdegang von dem Spieler sagt. Bin mal gespannt, ich habe es mir noch nicht angeschaut. Aber die sind mal sehr, sehr geil. Ich für manche einfacher dann.
This is a player that can bring so much to the Counter-Strike scene. This is a player that can contribute so much to the professional scene.
Das habe ich gar nicht so mitbekommen. Er war ja früher, Jamppi wurde so früher immer so als Cheater oder so beschuldigt anscheinend. Gar nicht so mitbekommen früher. Ich war früher auch dick in CSGO drin, aber nie von ihm gehört.
Jamppi is very hard working when there's a thing that he has the passion for. I think it was somewhere in 2014 or 15 when I noticed that he has fell in love with the gaming.
I think when I actually realized that I could be a pro was after my
Ey, was ist das? Wieso war meine Tastenleiste da?
I ever played. I think I was like top 5 rated player in the whole tournament.
Okay, Top 5 in einem Turnier ist wirklich krass. Ich glaube, das ist nochmal so dieses ganz andere Feeling. So, ich war ja auch schon in San Diego auf der TwitchCon und wir haben da ein Turnier gespielt. Aber ich weiß nicht, so auf LAN spielen ist immer so viel geiler als von zu Hause. Das ist einfach so dieses andere Feeling, besonders wenn Publikum davor ist. Das ist übersick, Mann. Meistens geht sogar besser rein halt, weil die Server besser sind und was. Und alle haben denselben Ping. Yo! Können wir mal bitte ganz kurz drüber reden? Bro, was sind das für Kugeln? LOL! Also. Okay. Boah, aber der Holzlöffel, der ist Pain. Der Holzlöffel, der tut schon weh.
So I started competing in 2017 and after only 1 year I got offer from professional organization Ashley.
Ah, okay, vielleicht habe ich deshalb nicht von ihm mitbekommen. 2017 war so die Zeit, wo ich ihn aufgehört habe als erstes.
Getting in the professional team and only just competing in 1 year and like that was like the first dream come true.
I remember that Jamppi signed a contract by himself and then when I heard what did they offer for salary, I was very surprised that can this be true that Jamppi is going to play and he's going to get some money for it.
In 2019 also I made a big decision to quit school, so I could focus full time.
CSGO Salary ist auch nochmal was ganz anderes. Was ganz anderes.
That I really focused like 10 hours a day, just full focusing on CS, because that was my passion. And at that time I also had offers from Heroic and Dignitas.
That's crazy.
I refused them. I wanted to join OG. That was like the dream team for me. And then after a few weeks of talking and practicing with the team, I got the email that I'm not allowed to play in that team anymore.
I'm sure many of you guys have heard his name, that being Jamppi, a supposed prospect for some time when OG, as they are set to return to CSGO, has now been replaced by other players out there, supposedly because of a connected Steam account backban. Jamppi had apparently sold or given away the account, and that new owner...
The first moment I saw it, I was just like thinking that how am I gonna tell my teammates? It was like all of my dreams were basically gone and flushed to the toilet, and anyone, if they look back when they are 13,
Wackban ist miese. Wenn du Wackban hast, den Steam-Account, mit dem er verbunden war auf zum Beispiel Faceit und sowas, verkauft oder halt jemand anderem geliehen und dadurch wurde er Wackbannt, so wie ich es verstanden habe. Richtig? Richtig. Also im Endeffekt ist es seine Schuld, aber irgendwie auch nicht. So, versteht ihr, was ich meine? Es ist halt mies, wenn deine ganze Karriere in CS genau wegen sowas einfach den Bach runtergeht, ne? Aber jetzt ist er in Liquid und dominiert da. Also hätte nicht besser laufen können für ihn.
Really think about these kind of things that in 4 or 5 years you could be actually a professional player. Because my dream was at that time still play ice hockey and just doing school and having fun with friends, what usually kids do.
Of course he was very sad. Of course I tried again to support him. We went play tennis many times and discussed about it, and try to find the way how to solve this.
I think my dad was the biggest help on that. He helped me to go so much through.
Wenn die Eltern supporten, ist Big MVP. Das ist scary as fuck.
Loving parent. That's why you want to do everything to help your kids to achieve their dreams.
And I think that one of the biggest things was also because when you are young, I was 18 at the time, super inexperienced, and in like 3 months radius, everyone was talking about me, and there was like HLTV articles about me, that how good I am, and so much basically hype going on, and then just one mistake or one email or something, and it's all gone, and people are starting to hate about me. I think that's pretty rough, and also like all the articles, especially in Finnish media, I don't agree with a lot of things they wrote about me, and it was just a lot of media pressure for 18-year-old at that time.
Ja, das ist krass. Also wirklich, du kannst im Internet, du musst dich gefühlt nur einmal versprechen und du wirst gefühlt von 50% der Leuten gehatet oder so. Es ist halt ganz schwer. Kann man halt nichts machen. Aber dass dann auch noch so Nachrichtendienste einfach irgendwas sagen, was Jamppi sagt, was nicht stimmt, ist halt krass. Vielleicht auch mal als Nachrichtendienst oder so vielleicht auch mal informieren, anstatt einfach das posten, was man einfach so mal gehört oder gelesen hat. Das ist Quatsch, Mann. Besonders weil er auch noch so jung war. Die Location sieht ja übergechillt aus.
All the stuff you did for me during the Gebannt thing, you know. Because it was the best support I could get, because I was not.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Oh, wer schneidet hier Zwiebeln?
In Finland, in Finnish, this crying or emotional talking is not the best thing you can have. So.
Or is it the best thing in this kind of reality?
I guess so. Because, you know, Finns are not the most emotional, but I feel like I am. So thank you.
Das ist süß.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think after I got benched, I didn't play video games for 1 month straight. I just got like time off. I was in our summer house and I was just like walking around. It was like, I was never that person to walk around, and suddenly I was like 8 AM walking around my city just listening music and basically not doing anything. Then after Christmas and New Year went by, my dad basically told me that everything is gonna be alright.
Jamppi came to me and said that what if he continues playing, and I said that's a good idea. And then he said
Auf geht's mit Valorant.
a new mouse, and then we went straight to buy the new mouse, and then he started playing and streaming, and he noticed that this is the life he wants to live, competing.
Das Ding ist halt, wenn du es einmal schaffst, gefühlt, in einem Game wirklich krass zu sein, dass du wirklich zu den Top-Pros gehörst, dann weißt du, wie es abläuft, dann hast du das Mindset dafür und dann wirst du es auch in anderen Games schaffen. 100%ig. Da musst du dich nur reinhängen. Es gibt Leute, die sind begabt, was Gaming angeht, es gibt Leute, die sind es nicht.
And playing.
Jens was making some changes and COVID started, so there was not gonna be any majors, and they asked me if I wanna play like all the online tournaments, and I'm super grateful for that opportunity, and I got like super motivated and hyped again that I can prove myself to be against the top and how I can do.
Before joining ENS, I had proposed Jamppi to consider playing Valorant.
In end of 2020, Sligi sent me a message that if I wanna join Liquid.
Okay, das ist krass. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie ist es eigentlich gerade zur Zeit? Weil, wie ich mitbekommen habe, ist Sligi ja vor einem Monat oder so ungefähr. Er ist noch in Liquid, aber er ist nicht mehr der Valorant-Coach. Einfach, weil der Spielstil vom Team anders ist, als er sich als Coach vorstellt. So wie ich es verstanden habe.
Jamppi was one of our top targets. When Sligi messaged him, he got a reply back saying that Jamppi's not interested, he's going to stick with CSGO.
In New Year we started like rebuilding ends because we had only 3 players in our team at that time. I got told that they wanna go like international, and of course when people want to do international, they want to compete in majors, and because I had the ban, they wanted to bench me, and I get it, you know, I couldn't do anything about it. And when I knew I got benched in ENS, I started like thinking my options, and I knew there is 0 international teams who would want to take me because of the ban, and after that I downloaded Valorant for the first time ever and just tried playing like how does it feel, and after 2 weeks of playing I messaged Sliggy that okay, that do you have room in Liquid.
As soon as Jamppi messaged Connor, it was a game changer for us. We knew we had got a hungry, talented AWP player that we could mold into what we wanted.
Once we were talking with Liquid for so long, and once I signed the contract, it was like a huge relief
krass.
for me. That's for a few years already.
Wirklich
At that
krass.
point, I wanted to be on top, and I couldn't be there. And finally, I'm like one of the biggest and best organizations the world wants to me to represent them.
Überleg mal, du bist CSGO Pro, wo kannst du für anderes Game offer?
How talented this guy was, the sort of names he was considered in and around, the top caliber players. So the skill was the main thing that attracted us to him.
Überleg mal, du bekommst dafür ein anderes Game Offer, weil du einfach krass bist. Das ist halt krank.
I'm very excited to join Team Liquid. They are one of those organizations that you always dream to represent, and I think we will achieve a lot in the future.
In the lead up to Iceland qualifiers, we were in the facility grinding, really focused, really hard.
Aber die Facility ist auch sick, Mann.
Jamppi's phone
Ich weiß nicht, wie es bei mir ist. 14. bis 16. auch bei Liquid sein. Also was das mit Streams und sowas geht, kann ich noch nichts Genaues sagen. Auch einfach mal auf Instagram folgen, Harmii5.
And then I saw the headline of CSGO tweeting that I'm finally unbanned.
And at that point, I look over at Sliggy. We just knew it was bad news for us.
That felt like super relieved, but also like super angry in some way. That why now?
Überleg mal, du bist gebannt, dann kriegst du ein Angebot von einem, also für ein Team, für ein anderes Game. Während du dann gerade mit dem Team wächst, bekommst du die Nachricht, dass du unbanned bist in dem anderen Game wieder. Und die Coaches und sowas müssen halt wieder strugglen, dass er halt vielleicht sogar wieder zurückgeht. Ich glaube, das ist halt so ein bisschen Brainfuck für beide Seiten gewesen.
Why half a year before? Because then it will have mattered me more.
He tried to contain it a little bit, tried to stay focused, but myself and Connor, we knew CS is in his heart. We knew like he spent so many years grinding the game, how much love he has for it.
He's looking for it, and there it is! What a monster! It's over, and he gets into the cover. Jamppi's got it all!
Ey, wirklich, Counter-Strike und AWP ist halt krass. Du kannst so schnell damit spielen.
That evening, he came and spoke to Connor and I. He basically had a big heart-to-heart with us. He really, really didn't want to let us down. But we just explained to him, look, we're always going to support you. You're part of the family now. We have crazy love for you now. You wouldn't upset us or let us down by doing this, but just be prepared for what it is.
I made all the calls. I had like not like fully contracts, but I knew what I would get and how long. And I basically said to our management that I want to go back to CS.
We tried to paint the picture of how difficult it would be for him to go back. Like CS is so competitive down to the top 100 teams. So he was going to be joining a fresh team with old players, or you're here, you're in an established team. You're in one of the biggest organizations in the world who will do everything in their power to help develop you into the player you want to be.
Oh, ich glaube, da haben die sich für Iceland qualified.
CS is a muddied past.
I think that was the decisive moment for me that I decided to stay in Valorant.
Die Doppel-No-Scopes, ja. So Gottes gibt's. Aber Jamppi anscheinend auch Multitalent. Auch einfach Go to am Piano. Und Sheriff. Jamppi ist schon krass, Mann. Das ist schon krass, was Jamppi da macht.
I think he did the right decision at that point. It's a once in a lifetime possibility to be in that kind of great organization than Team Liquid is, and as he is so young, he has many years to do what he wants in the future.
I definitely think that I'm 100% going back to CSGO at one point. If I just put the time I put now or when I was playing CS, I will become one of the top players in the world. And I think when I go back to CSGO, I have that fire and that anger basically inside me that I couldn't prove inside myself. I have it now, and now I don't have any restriction. I have no bans, so it's basically I'm the only one who can decide what I'm capable of, and I think that's gonna be exciting for me.
Das ist halt krass. Aber das ist auch, was der Vater gesagt hat. So, ich meine, er ist jung, lasst ihn machen. Ihr seid, guck mal, die meisten von euch werden, denke ich mal, jetzt höchstwahrscheinlich, weiß ich nicht, in der Schule sein, ihren Abschluss gerade machen. Versucht einfach ein Jahr zu machen, worauf ihr Bock habt. Entweder das funktioniert oder das funktioniert nicht. Dann habt ihr halt ein Jahr, wo ihr halt sonst nichts nachweisen könnt. Aber versucht es einfach. Jetzt könnt ihr es machen. In Zukunft werdet ihr es höchstwahrscheinlich nicht mehr machen können.
Even though I have been professional for technically 4 years now, since I was 16, I still feel like this is like just the beginning of my career, and I still think that I will improve in the next 5 years so much as a person, player, experience, and those kind of things that it just doesn't come like that. And I want to be the best player in the world in the future, and I want to dominate the game and have a legacy that people, not just from Valorant or CS, but outside from other games also like recognize me.
Let's go!
Einfach Legende, der Typ.
Now the chapter of my life is finally over. I can fully focus on my childhood dream and become the best player I can be. In 10 years time, I want to look back and be really proud of myself.
Jamppi wird nächstes Ding mit Liquid einfach gewinnen. Und dann alles easy. Dann ist alles easy. Sehr, sehr geiles Video wieder gewesen.